Hi, everybody. I got something special this time. I just got back from 1 month down in the villages, and during that time, I got to spend a lot of time with a group called Single in the Villages. And I know a lot of people have asked about what it's like being single in the villages, and this just may help you out. And at the end, I will tell you exactly what I think of this group. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Rusty Nelson, and as you know, we've been talking about and getting a lot of questions about singles in the villages. So I've been here down at the villages now for 3 weeks, and I've met some people and a group that I think is really exemplary of the singles life in the villages. Now, one thing you got to remember is whether you're moving from New York, New Jersey, California, whatever, being single is being single. So, it doesn't change because you magically come to the villages. But these guys have put together a group of people that kind of make it, let's say, easier to be single in the villages. So I was lucky enough to have Nancy say that you can go ahead and come over, and we're going to let them introduce themselves and tell them how they got involved. And you guys
Hi,
are on.
Hello,
I'm Jeff.
I'm Nancy.
Hi.
Okay, Jeff, so you started this group, right? You started
Yes.
it. And so tell me, I don't know, just real quick, how you started it or why you started it and when you started it after you got here?
Well, I started it on October 14th, 2019. I just wanted to meet people and bring people together, and I created a Facebook group, and it grew.
And so that's how it just started, just by doing the Facebook and kind of reaching out through
That
Facebook.
was it.
And then Nancy, you jumped in when?
I jumped in about 7 months later. Just had moved here, looking to connect with other singles. Heard about this Facebook group through someone else and joined. And COVID struck, and really many groups weren't doing very much of anything, and music venues were shut down. And I discovered a cool place called Edna's on the Green in Marsh Bend, and they had music, and I posted an event, and 3 people joined us that first time, and we meet there regularly now, every week, and sometimes we're over 100.
So Jeff, when you first started it, did people start showing up on Facebook right away?
When Nancy came in, there was about 100 people, and now there's over 1,600 people, and it grew tremendously. And Nancy's pilot light, this kindness, and that kind of just grew, and everybody felt warm with each other and supportive and everything. So word got around and people joined.
At Edna's, for those of you who don't know, there's a small little venue down south in Finney. And so you did that first meeting right there. How did that turn out?
We had 3 folks came, and it was kind of neat because we got to really chat, and we're good friends now because we had that opportunity to be more intimate. And like I said, now we get a lot of people coming, well over 100, and it's a little more active and lively, and we dance and we have fun. But it was a great event, and we decided collectively that day to do another event, and the next week 4 people came, and it's just been growing and growing.
So it's got to be a little scary at first when you first started, because you're kind of going, is anybody going to show up here, right?
Yeah, I was nervous, for sure. I was nervous, and I knew no one.
Now here's the question. I know the answer to some of these already because I've gone to a bunch of those. So because before I did this, I wanted to see exactly what this was all about before I said, hey, this is a good deal. When I first looked this up, I guess the big thing is this is not a dating singles. This has, am I right? It has nothing to do with dating.
Right. Well, if 2 people meet and sparks fly, that's great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't meant for that. It's just to meet other singles, get together, and nobody feels alone. And what makes this group great are the volunteers, and people helping each other, and it's just a wonderful thing. And it's not all about dating.
When I first approached you, Nancy, I had read on the website that you had to be a resident or invited. So basically, you have to be. I know I got a little pass because I was doing this, and I was down here for a month to see what the group was all about, and we knew we were going to do this. And so basically explain that, how to get accepted into the group. You can't do this unless you are a resident and have a number.
You need to be a resident of the villages. You need to be single, and you need to provide your resident ID number. We take a look at the profiles. Jeff does that primarily, and we invite you to join. And from there on the page, besides all the inspirational posts and the needs, we have events posted that people can sign up for. We have special announcements. We meet in the squares every night, where we're meeting, where we're going, what we're doing, which country club.
So when you're brand new and you just join the group, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking to go to your first event or whatever, but you have like an introductory thing that you do. How often does that happen?
We do. Once a month we have a newbies event, the third Thursday of every month in a rec center. We have since become not only a Facebook group, we are now under the umbrella of the villages groups. So we are assigned a rec center the third Thursday of every month for a few hours, and we utilize that time to invite our newbies to come, and they get an orientation and we answer questions, and that's run by one of our volunteers, Janet, and she has a crew. And yeah, we're slowly becoming a business. We have teams. We have a technology team now, and we have events coordinators. We're just filling those needs as necessary.
But Jeff, at this time, it's not like there's a charge to belong to this, right?
As of now, we haven't charged anybody anything. There's a few dollars that go to people who make events to cover the cost. Sometimes they pay for entertainment or a venue or whatever, but there's no charge to get into the group. It's absolutely free. Just want to bring people together so nobody feels alone. And
you can post an event on the website. One night you had a game night, Nancy, and you invited me to come, and I got a picture of this. I'll flash it up there real quick. And it was a lot of fun. Anybody can pretty much do what you did. So explain how you did this. This was a very small, intimate event, but you invited people personally.
I did. We can do that. Anyone can host an event, even a walk or a bike ride. We could make it a big thing. We can have more intimate things. So I just reached out by invitation, and people do that.
Yeah.
Or there's the larger events where we all get together, and yeah.
So Jeff, how would somebody, like, let's say I wanted to, I was going to a car show, and I thought this would be a fun event for the group. How would I do that?
It's very easy. There's a place on Facebook on our page that says events. You press events and it says make event, follow the directions, and people get together. You say look for the guy with the balloon or the girl with the balloon, and they look for the balloon, and everybody gets together and just enjoys.
So basically I'm saying I'm going to this event. Does anybody want to go? And they just check in on Facebook and say, hey, I'm going to go. I'll meet you there.
Exactly.
So something that's more organized that I know I see up there is in the town squares. As most people know, there's music down there. So I think I saw a note somewhere where you had meeting places. So there's kind of like designated.
Yes. We have a member, Sherry, who every morning by 7 a.m. posts everything and anything she could think of that's going on in the villages. And people chime in on where they're going, so we know where to find each other. Then when we get there, we have standard areas of the square where we meet, this corner or that corner, so we can find one another. And once you get to know some of the faces, it's not as complicated. But when you're new, you have no idea, that's it kind of helps us find each other.
So you have name tags?
Yeah, we list where we're going to be, and hopefully people will come to that area.
But so just recently, there was a pretty big, what I would call a big event, which was to the World Equestrian Center, which one of the members, Donna, she posted it as an event, right? It was dueling pianos.
She did, yeah, she did.
And so anyway, we're going to cut away really quick because it just so happens that I talked to Donna while I was there, and we're going to go ahead and jump onto that real quick.
Hi, I'm Donna, one of the Singles in the Village's hosts for all of these great events up here at the World Equestrian Center. I'm a retired trainer and I love coming up here.
Great.
So we'll be setting up a lot more events, and this is a great music event tonight, as you can see from all the...
And this is, what event is this?
This is dueling pianos, and this is the World Equestrian Center, probably the greatest equestrian center in the world for shows and Olympic quality events.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I'm sure they're happy to have you set these up.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
This is great.
Thank you.
Thanks. And that was Donna. Yeah, we want to thank her for setting up this event.
I like it. Well, we do take requests as well, so if there's anything you'd like to hear, let us know. That's too much. What we do, I haven't done this one for a minute. This is a fun one.
That was a pretty big event that Donna put on. Do you have like Edna's or anything like that that's pretty much a staple event that comes up every week?
Yeah, we have, our really big events are monthly. We go to Eaton's Beach, which is a fun, we've only done it once, and we've planned out for the next 4 months. We gather there, and it's just a really cool place. Music and drink and food on the beach. And
any other big places?
We also do monthly after-hours events at Cane Gardens from 8:30 to 11:30.
Oh, yeah, is that the black and white?
And it's a theme every month. This month coming up is red, white, and blue. This past month we all dressed in black and white. It's great fun.
At the club, at the country club.
At the country club, we hire a musician. We have different musicians for every month to keep mixing it up. And after hours for the villages is 8:30 to 11:30 because this place rolls up at 9. So so it's kind of exciting and something different for the singles, and we really enjoy it. We were just about 250 people last event.
Yeah, so that's a lot, and I went to that, and yes, me and 2 other guys didn't get the memo about wearing shorts, and we were the only ones having shorts on. So, but we did have fun. And so, Jeff, is there sports like pickleball, golf, or anything like that? Do you guys do events with that?
We have a golf group that plays golf all the time, and pickleball. It's a lot of fun. People hosting bike rides, and
so there's something just
there's always something
for
to do.
Everybody, right?
Yeah. And so, it's just taking off.
And so to both of you guys, why do you think it took off? I mean, what's made it jump from this?
It's just the people found out about us word of mouth. It's like I said before, Nancy's pilot light was kindness, and it just grew to everybody, and everybody paid it forward, and it's great.
Yeah, it does seem to be. How do you see it, Nancy?
Yeah, it's a friendly group. We're very warm. We try to be inclusive. We don't want to be cliquey. We want to be different. We're trying real hard. It's getting bigger and bigger, and in that, I always like to. I enjoy the smaller groups. We haven't talked about, but we have some women's discussion group. A widowers support group, and sometimes those things are kind of nice too. Smaller lunches, dinners.
Yeah, it's great. That's great.
So we try to have something for everyone, and trying to find that variety, and trying to encourage people to put events out for things they enjoy, so that we become. I only began it for music and dance for me, and and that's my strength, and that's what I enjoy, and everybody's jumping in with what they enjoy.
If I could add to this,
go ahead.
People come up to Nancy all the time and just thank her because they have something to do, and we support everybody, and everybody supports everybody, and Nancy supports everybody. It's great.
Well,
I just love the love and the support and everybody, the togetherness. It's
people
outstanding.
say it's changed their life. You know, we even for the holidays, we try to make sure no one is alone. And my answer is always the same. It's changed my life. So, so there's that.
So this is great. Anything else you guys want to add that you just feel needs to get out there? Because I'm going to add something. And you guys have no idea what I'm going to say.
Well, thank you, Rusty,
Yeah,
for joining us this
is
past
great
month.
because I think a lot of people, it's been a lot of fun joining you guys, trust me. Even though they're sitting here, I'm going to tell you what I think of the group. So when you land here and you're single, I don't care what city you land in, it can be kind of scary being, quote, the single one. And the nice thing is one, by coming to the villages, you already have a group that's close to your age. So you're not going out to a bar someplace where there's 20-year-olds. And although that's fun once in a while, and there are some 20-year-olds running around here. But the great thing is if you just want to go out to dinner some night at a restaurant, you can say, hey, I'm looking for 5 people to go out with and put it up there. And if you can find 5 people, that's great. Or if you see somebody else that's going out, and everybody seems to be really inclusive into all the events, which makes it really nice. And I have to admit, if you go to the website, you go to Facebook, you're going to find that there are events going almost, it seems like every single day. And that's really nice when you're single, so you're not sitting there going, who am I going to go out with? What am I going to do? For pickleball, it's great because I'm slightly advanced, so next week or this week sometime before I leave, I'm going to do a pickleball event where I'm going to try to help people out, learn the game of pickleball. And I've gone out golfing because of the singles group. And I could just ramble on forever. But the big thing is that I take away from it is not a dating thing. It's more to bring people together that are single and support each other and go out and have a good time. And that's about all I can say about it. It's really positive. I've had a great time here. I want to thank you, Jeff and Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you, Rusty.
Yeah, this has been a good time. I hope this helps you guys out. And if you're not here already, check out the group when you come down here. If you're here, go ahead and apply. What's the worst that can happen? You gonna have a good time? Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me. Please subscribe, like, and put all your comments and stuff down below. I'm sure these guys are gonna be reading them. And like I always say, I'll either see you here at the villages or I'll see you back on YouTube. Have a great day. We're done.
You do so well.